My name is Dion Houchins. I'm a 1983 graduate of Edmonson County High School. I had a terrific childhood. I grew up north of the river in the Bee Spring and Jock community. Grew up with a lot of kids that were my age. We had all played ball, swam, fished, hunted together. Just had a terrific childhood. I can't imagine a better place to grow up than Jock, out in the middle of nowhere, but yet special because of who I grew up with. When we first moved to Bee Spring, I was probably 3, and we lived next door to Jimmy Decker's grocery store. And Jimmy took a special interest in me, and Dad always had a ball goal there, so Jimmy would play basketball with me. He would throw a wiffle ball to me and stuff when he wasn't busy.
He was an excellent student. He was an excellent teammate. You could depend on him, and early on, you knew Dion was going to do his part. He was a thoughtful basketball player and teammate, tough. Nobody was going to push us around, and he was a leader on our team. I think being on that team was the first time I saw his leadership style, which is really to lead by example.
My personal goal after high school was to get an accounting degree. I felt like that was the best degree I could get for the money. I thought about being a lawyer, but that was going to take way too long. Lois and I got married at a young age, and we had our oldest daughter, Courtney, between my sophomore and junior year of college. And as a result, I created a lot of challenges. I ended up working 2 part-time jobs while I was in school. Worked at J.C. Hall in the accounting office as an intern in the afternoons, and I would work at the Briar Patch at night cooking, which was one of my favorite jobs ever. Was cooking at the Briar Patch. At night when it was done, when I'd wash the dishes and mop the floor after cooking, it was over. It didn't go home with me, and every job I've had since has gone home with me.
Always present.
Always.
Great dad. He's very honest. You always knew where you stood with him.
Yes.
And you kind of knew what was expected of you.
Yes.
Without it even being said. But he was just always there.
Always
great
there.
dad.
Yeah. Home for dinner every night.
Yes.
I didn't look at him mainly as a student, looked at him as a leader, because I could turn things over to him and they would get done.
My first impression of Dion was when I was a young kid growing up. Dion was somebody that was very competitive, and as I worked with him later on in my life, I found that to certainly be true. He's a very competitive, a winner mentality.
In the culture that he cultivated within the organization, there wasn't that hierarchy. We were business partners, and mutual respect was the culture that we lived in, and that's very unique.
I've also always been an extremely competitive person, and there'll be a lot of smiles in the crowd when they see this about being competitive, because I am very competitive. And that served me well. I've never lacked for confidence, and I felt like that came from my family. I always felt supported in anything that I had going. With regard to my professional career, I was given a lot of responsibility at a young age. At my first banking job, it was at First Federal in Bowling Green. And at the age of 26, I was given responsibility for the accounting department.
The culture that we lived in, and that's very unique. And that culture is attributed to its leadership, always.
Important. Dion had worked in Warren County for several years after he got out of college. His first opportunity to actually come back to Edmonson County and work, and he took a lot of pride in the fact that he was in a leadership position there at Bank of Edmonson County to help people in our community. And that's something that I really took from Dion, was that you're in a position to where you can help change people's lives.
I was raised to treat people how I would want to be treated. And as a result, I've always taken the time to sit in the other person's seat if there was a difficult decision that needed to be made or something that was going to affect them. So I think that would be number one. And also, I think the fact that my path was not an easy one, that steered me as a person toward having more empathy for someone who is trying hard, trying to help themselves.
Is on a track to leave it better than he found it, even though it was a very, very well-run organization, very successful when he came on board and when he took over the reins.
Growing up, we have a lot of childhood memories of going to WKU men's basketball games. The year I was born, 1992, he got season tickets. So since then, 32 years later, we've all gone as a family to WKU men's basketball games, and we've just made a lot of memories.
Gosh, you learn patience. I mean, I think I've learned a ton of patience, and not that they were difficult or anything. You just want the best for them always. And
Always just been there for us. I feel like if there's anything I need, I can go to him, and he's not going to judge you. He's going to help you no matter what.
Yeah.
School with people who are still my best friends today. I mean, I met my wife Lois Ann at high school. Some of the best times of my life were here at Edmonson County High School, and I think you guys, everyone in the audience can probably look back and say the same thing.